Hello again, this is Legana. Today we're going to go through an orientation lesson for your new alongsiders. This lesson is usually taught at the first monthly meeting. There are two parts to this lesson. In the first part, we're going to go into more depth on the 8 commitments. They will have already heard about the 8 commitments during the vision meeting, but now we want to go into more depth. A fun way to start is to divide the group into teams, to act out one of the commitments each. If you have enough people for 8 teams, they can do one each. If you don't have enough people, they could still choose a handful of commitments to act. The other group can guess which commitment that group is performing. Another game you could play with a smaller group is to place the 8 commitments in a hat and have them come up and act them out one by one, or try to describe them without using the word. Okay, now we've had some fun. It's time to look at them together in the flip chart.
Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain.
Ask someone to read the Bible verse. Explain how important the prayer is, because it is not us who will change the life of a child, but God. This takes away any burden of pressure that the alongsider might be feeling. For each of these commitments, you will see that there are 3 main points you should make. Here are the main points for the commitment to prayer. Please pray for your little brother or sister regularly. God will work in your little brother or sister's heart. Through prayer, God will give you the strength and the wisdom to walk alongside your little brother or sister.
Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to visit orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world.
Okay, the next commitment is the commitment to visit your little brother or sister regularly. You can explain how spending time with someone is the only way to build a relationship. Your little brother or sister won't be changed so much by what you teach them, but by the relationship you have with them and how they see you live your life. This is why we want you to choose little brothers and sisters who live nearby, so they can really learn what it means to be a disciple in everyday life. So here are the 3 main points. Please visit your little brother or sister at least once every week. You can also take your little brother or sister on outings. You don't have to do it alone. You can visit in pairs or small groups. And you can even organize the fun things to do together as a group.
Do not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encourage one another all the more as you see the day approaching.
The next commitment is an important one, because if we act alone, we will soon run out of energy and passion. Just like a log that is taken out of a fire, we need to be together with others who are on fire with the same vision so that we can keep burning. So the third commitment is to meet monthly with the other alongsiders in your group. Here are the main points. Alongsiders should meet together once a month. This meeting is organized by the group leader. The coordinators will contact the group leader every month to see how things are going and check that they are meeting regularly. This meeting is a chance for discussion, prayer, and encouraging each other, as well as learning together. We will provide materials to learn the curriculum together before you teach your little brothers or sisters.
Therefore, go and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you.
Okay, this one is fun. Almost every month, you're gonna get a new comic book to study together with your little brother or sister. Believe me, the children love these books. Many of them have never really had a book of their own before, and you get to give them a new one almost every month. You will study a new lesson each month with your little brother or sister. You will also have a workbook with some deeper questions and Bible verses to complete. Usually, this book is completed in the monthly meeting together with the other alongsiders. At the end of the course, you will be eligible for a certificate that shows your hard work.
Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Learning is not just for the little brothers and sisters. In fact, you are going to be learning a lot yourselves through this discipleship process. In particular, all the group leaders will come together for extra training once every 4 months. This training is about the next module in the curriculum, which will be 3 comic book lessons. The group leader will then teach the curriculum to the small group of alongsiders, exactly as they learned it themselves. Sometimes there will be other opportunities to learn together, either for the alongsiders or the little brothers and sisters.
A new command I give you: love one another as I have loved you.
You're working through the comics together and getting to know each other. And over time, your little brother or sister comes to trust you. Now you have an opportunity to really encourage them and help them grow in their faith and well-being. It's very important to be a good listener. Don't be too quick to offer advice, but spend time listening carefully and ask a lot of questions. Then and only then should you give advice. Children get told off a lot. Adults are always telling them what they are doing wrong. Don't be like that. Look for the things you can encourage your little brother or sister with. For example, maybe they failed a test, but you know they studied hard. You could say something like, "I know you failed, but I'm really proud of how hard you studied." Always praise their efforts more than their results. Then they will want to try harder in the future. And remember, love is always patient and persevering. Your little brother or sister won't change overnight. No one does, but God is always patient with you. So have the same grace and patience for your little brother or sister.
Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing.
This is a powerful time where the children and the alongsiders get to come together to meet God in worship, in teaching, and in play. We always see significant breakthrough spiritually and in the relationships at the camp. That's why everyone is so excited about it. Here are the main points to remember. Alongsiders and their little brothers or sisters will be able to attend camp once a year, but they must go in pairs. A little brother or sister cannot go if their alongsider is not going, and vice versa. All the children will need to get permission from their parents or guardian, and the alongsiders will need to get permission from their pastor. At the camp, all alongsiders are expected to participate fully and carefully look after the little brother or sister.
And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me.
Finally, the last commitment is to be faithful in inviting and bringing your little brother or sister to church if they are willing to go. If they do not want to go, you should not force them. Just continue to pray for them and see if they are interested from time to time. Please invite your little brother or sister to church. Do not force your little brother or sister to believe in God or go to church. We commit to loving a little brother or sister even if she or he does not go to church. Okay, now we've done an in-depth revision of the 8 commitments. we're going to look at some specific problems that might arise in the lives of your little brothers and sisters. In this next section, you will be leading a discussion with the alongsiders about different types of abuse that your little brother or sister might be facing and how to respond. Encourage them to see that they have an important role to play in keeping a watchful eye on the little brothers and sisters. Show them each picture and ask what they see. Ask them if they have ever seen this problem arise in their own communities. Most likely, they will be familiar with each one. Encourage them to share stories about how they responded. Let's go through these pictures one by one. This is a situation of domestic violence. It might be a father who is violent, or it might be the mother or older siblings. Whoever it is, the child deserves to be safe. This is a situation of mistreatment or physical abuse in school. This is a situation where a child is forced to work instead of attending school. In this situation, a child is sent out to beg. Remember to ask the alongsiders how they might respond in each case, and come up with people they can turn for help. The main points are that they can be a source of support for each other by praying and discussing the problem. All situations of serious or ongoing abuse must be reported to the alongsiders coordinator and the group leader. The alongsiders coordinator will be able to contact other organizations who can help if necessary. You can also talk to your pastor or local leader to help find a solution. In this picture, the child is being neglected by the parents. A child needs love and attention, not just toys and possessions. In this picture, a young woman is being sent to work somewhere else. She could be in danger of being trafficked into a bad situation. If you have any doubts, talk to your alongsiders coordinators. In this picture, a little boy is being touched inappropriately. This can happen to anyone. And that's why in Lesson 3, we will be teaching children how to protect themselves. Finally, this picture shows a situation of rape or sexual abuse. If your little brother or sister tells you that they have been raped or sexually abused, you must report it to us immediately, even if they ask you not to tell. This is a serious situation, and we want to make sure it doesn't happen again. Okay, now we have talked about some of the difficulties that can arise. Be sure to finish orientation session on a positive note. Ask whether the alongsiders might already have some encouraging stories to share about their interactions with their little brother or sister, and then pray together.